What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Cam ATL, and welcome back to another NBA video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section and enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel. Now we have the $50 giveaway to announce for the entire week, where I just randomly select a video and randomly select a commenter and give that person $50. And then we have a $50 giveaway for the person who got Saturday's videos picks correct. So those winners are, so for the $50 for the week giveaway that we do on the channel, who is K-Deem? Who is K-Deem? You're the winner of that. Hit me up on Twitter at Cam_ATL. And then the winner of getting the picks correct on Saturday was Nico Lumens, 33. Nico Lumens, 33. I did not write what you had down, and I should have. So all I know is you got it right, Nico Lumens. Hit me up on Twitter at Cam_ATL. Appreciate y'all for joining me as always, man. And as you guys know, on every single video, I like to do something cool with all my people. Y'all put your favorite two-mans down in the comment section, and I will be giving a free month to Props Made Easy away to one of you who get it correct. So put your favorite two-man down in the comment section, everybody. Just spam it up, and I will randomly select one. And if you got it right, I will give you a free month to Props Made Easy, and you can turn that money to much more and change your betting life. So anyway, thank y'all for joining me as always in this video. PropsMadeEasy.com are the tools I'll be using in this video. Obviously, greatest tools in the player prop industry at the moment. Absolutely love how great these things have been, man. They have been an absolute beast lately. Absolutely going crazy. So let's talk about the best plays that we got today, man. We have 12 games on tap today. This is really my favorite type of days to utilize the Props Made Easy tools, man. When you've got 12 games, you've got so many players on the board. The Props Made Easy tool immediately lets you know the best options. You literally still take only a minute of work to get your slips together and know that you're playing the best plays, even though there's 12 games and a million players on the board. So let's get it. At the top of the list, Ausar Thompson under 5.5 rebounds is a 6.23 EV percent on Prizepicks, minus 136 consensus odds throughout the industry on his under. Projections is 5.21. When we look at Ausar Thompson over the season, he's hit this in 69.5%, averaging 4.78 rebounds. So not only do you have the consensus odds throughout the entire industry at minus 136.5, and again, this is not just a handful of sportsbooks we're taking here. That's the issue that you see a lot of these other sportsbooks, a lot of tools in this industry make, is you'll see that they're only taking like 5 to 10 sportsbooks into consideration when it comes to finding a consensus. At Props Made Easy, we use every sportsbook known to mankind to get you a consensus. So instead of just averaging 5 to 10 sportsbooks, we're averaging 100, 150, depending on how many books have that player's line at the moment. So much more accurate that way, much more accurate representation of consensus odds when you're taking a very broad range of it than when you're just taking a handful, 5 to 10. You know what I mean? So minus 136.5 consensus throughout the entire sportsbook industry on the under. And then, I mean, that hit rate over the season. Y'all know I don't care about last 5. I don't care about last 10. I don't even really care about last 15, last 20. I care about season. I want the longest sample I can get. And I really love that 69.57% hit rate. That average of 4.78 as well over his last 23 games, which is the season hit rate. So love that. Jason Tatum under 3.5 three-pointers made at a 6.06 EV percent on Prizepicks, minus 136 consensus odds on the under 3.5 three-pointers made. Projections at 3.07 as well. Looks like he's got some likes already from the community. If we go to season, he's hit this in 51%, averaging 3.3 three-pointers per game. But again, history comes second to data. Okay, history is not a reason you don't play a play. You play the play based on data, and if the history matches, cool, that's icing on the cake. That's great. But if a play is great data and the history doesn't represent it, it doesn't matter because the play is great data. That's what you play. I think that's a big mistake that a lot of people make, even Props Made Easy members sometimes, is you'll see a play at the top, right? You'll see a play at a great EV, but if their last 5 isn't great or their last 10 or 15 isn't great, whatever, you're not playing them. You're fading a play that's upper EV, and that's a major mistake. You need to play what the data is telling you and not worry as much about the history hit rate, right? I mean, again, the only time that hit rate matters over the last 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever, is when the data already has that side as well, okay? Jaden McDaniels under 2.5 steals and blocks is a 5.98 EV percent. Minus 135 consensus odds on the under. Projection of 2.05 on the under as well. If we look at his season hit rate on this, he's hit it in 66.6%. So again, this is kind of what I'm talking about, right? The data likes the under at minus 135.7. The consensus odds throughout the industry have minus 135.7 odds on the under for Jaden McDaniels under 2.5 steals and blocks, which means the odds are higher that he goes under than he goes over based off the data that sportsbooks have available to them, which is damn near everything, right? They know what Jaden McDaniels eating for breakfast right now, okay? Player projection AI technology simulating the game 10,000 times down to the play level gives us a projection of 2.05 after simulating 10,000 times. Not only that, but you flip the card over, you look at a broad season hit rate of 45 games, and you see that he's gone under in 66.6%, averaging 2.16 steals and blocks per game. So, again, that's how you find the best plays. You don't worry too much on one sole thing. You want everything to click. Derek White over 19.5 points plus assists at 68.18% season hit rate. This demon is one of the best demons today because that hit rate is almost 70% over the season-long sample. Okay, it's not a small sample. It's a sample of 44 games this season. He's gone over in 68%, right? First and foremost, we know that Prizepicks added these demons because they want people to take more risk and lose more often because for that allure of winning bigger, right? That's the whole point. They know that these demons are going to hit at a very low percent. I'm sure if you look at all the demons hit rates over long term, they probably hit at less than 20%. Maybe even worse than that. They might even hit at only like 10%. So if they can lure people into playing plays like that, they know that they're going to win out more often than people are going to win out themselves. And so these plays are never going to be statistically sound, right? You're not going to have the sports books on the over 19.5. Why? Because they would not have this a demon if the sports books were on the over. That's the point. Sports books are probably at like 16.5. I don't know, but I'm just throwing that out there, right? Sports books probably have this 3 to 4 points less. You feel what I'm saying? So this is a very risky play regardless. But the best thing you can do here with demons, if you want to force a demon into your lineups, is by going off a good solid hit rate, a good solid sample size, which is a season. And when they're up there in the 68 to 70% range or even higher, I mean, then you can feel a little bit more comfortable. Still, it's still going to be a risk because it's a demon, but 68% hit rate is really good. Let's look at the goblins. Over here on the goblins, now these are going to hit at a much higher rate, right? These are hitting probably closer to over 60%, over 70% maybe. I don't know the exact numbers. I'm just throwing that out there. But these goblins, obviously, as discounted lines, are going to hit way more often than their regular lines will. At the top of the list, Trey Murphy III, over 1.5 3-pointers made. We have an 86 season percent hit rate. We look at Trey Murphy, go to season. Look at that. 86% season hit rate. It's over the last little bunch right here, right? Over the last like 6 games. That it's not been near as consistent as we saw earlier in the year. Look at that. All that earlier in the year. So that tells you that this is a small sample, right? We would expect him to come back around to this type of performance. He did all this so consistently and all of a sudden dropped off. We should see him consistently go back over that eventually. So the over on his 1.5 3-pointers made for Trey Murphy is a good spot. Derek White over 2.5 rebounds is 84% hit rate. Again, though, a lot of times throughout the day, we end up getting like 90% or higher season hit rate plays on the Goblins, so you can just sit back and wait on that if you want to as well. Over on Underdog, we got Tyler Herro over 4.5 assists at 6.48 EV, minus 133 are the consensus odds on the over. 4.5 assists for Tyler Herro. Projection, AI technology projections at 5.48. When we look at Tyler Herro's season hit rate over the season, he's hit this in 44%, averaging 4.19 assists. But again, data comes first. So just because of that hit rate on the back does not discourage me from playing this play. Trey Murphy III under 3.5 assists is a 6.01 EV percent, minus 132 consensus odds on the under. Projections on the under as well. When we look at his assists over the season, he's hit this in 56%, averaging 2.97 assists. Really like this spot on Trey Murphy. He needs 4 to kill us. I just don't see that. All right, let's move on. We got a lot more to get to. Over on Better Picks, we have Russell Westbrook over 2.5 turnovers at a 5.9 EV percent, minus 138 consensus odds on the over throughout the industry. Projection on the over at 3.3. We look at his season hit rate. He has hit this in 53%, averaging 2.62, and all this green lately is very promising. All right, really like that spot on Russell Westbrook over 2.5 turnovers. Scotty Barnes under 1.5 three-pointers made at a 5.63 EV, minus 137 consensus odds on the under. Projection on the under as well. Scotty Barnes over the season has hit this in 56%, averaging 1.28 on the under here. And again, he's another player where if you look at the recent data, I mean, it's looking really good as well as this data looking really good. So the data looks great, and then you look over his last 10, 90%, averaging 0.7 three-pointers made. He's just not really chucking up those threes right now. Well, he's not making them, nonetheless. All right, let's move on. DraftKings Pick 6, Jaden McDaniels under 1.5 steals at a minus 152 consensus odds on the under. Projections on the under at 1.09. His 1.5 steals, he's hit this in 57% on the under, averaging 1.4 steals a game. All right, that's about all I'd play there. Over on Dabble, one of my favorite sites to take advantage of, Zion Williamson over 6.5 rebounds at a 5.9 EV percent, minus 138 consensus odds on the over, projection on the over at 6.6. We look at Zion over the season. He's hit this in 45%, averaging 6.36. Again, data likes the over, though. We're going over. DeJounte Murray over 5.5 rebounds, minus 137 consensus odds on the over, projection on the over at 6.14. We look at DeJounte Murray over the season. He's hit this in 64%, averaging 6.5 with an equivalent money line of minus 180 odds. Really like that spot for him. All right, let's see. Over on Vivid Picks, the Tyler Herro over 4.5 assists is the best play there. Let's go check out Fliff. Over on Fliff, we have Naz Reid. He's a favorite EV spot with the minus 150 already. Naz Reid over 1.5 three-pointers made. You can take a little less risk in a play like this. It's already minus 150 odds on Fliff, but yet it's still over that 5% EV range because the consensus odds are over minus 170. So throughout the industry, when you take the broad average, they're all the way over minus 170, whereas you're getting it at minus 150. So obviously, it's better value getting it at minus 150 than minus 170. The projection's 2.25 on the season. If we look over the season hit rate as well, he's hit it in 46%, especially lately. Crazy amount of green on those last games. If you look at his last 10, he's hit in 80%. Really solid spot on the over three-pointers made for him. All right. And then let's check FanDuel and DraftKings as we normally do. Let's look at favorite EV. Again, if you're using all EV, guys, these plays are going to be more of a risk. You're taking a play at minus 111 odds, minus 115 odds, plus 100 odds. They're going to be more of a risk, but you're going to win more profit long run playing those, okay? But if you don't have a large bankroll and you can't sustain losses, you should not be playing plays like this. You should just go ahead and go to favorite EV filter at Props Made Easy. Play these plays that are already favored. They're going to be a little less risk, okay? Devin Booker under 1.5 steals is minus 154 odds, but yet still a 7.14 EV because the consensus odds are over minus 185. Projection at 1.07 on the under as well. We look at his season hit rate on steals. He's hit this in 66%, averaging 1.1 steal a game. Zach Edey over 7.5 points is already minus 120 odds. Okay, he's already favored on FanDuel to go over 7.5 points at minus 120 odds. But it's a 6.53 EV because consensus odds throughout the industry almost have his over at minus 140 odds. Plus, his AI technology projection has him at 10.19. A 2.69 projection differential. So Zach Edey over 7.5 points is a fantastic option. His season hit rate, he's gone over this in 56%, averaging 9.03 points a game. All right, so some solid spots to start over there on FanDuel. Over on DraftKings favorite EV, Norman Powell under 3.5 rebounds is minus 130 odds on DraftKings, where it's minus 156 consensus at other places. Projection of 3.45 on the under as well. Norman Powell under 3.5 rebounds. He's hit this in 59%, averaging 3.24 rebounds a game over the season. Duncan Robinson under 3.5 assists is already minus 135 odds on DraftKings. It goes all the way up to minus 159 on average throughout the industries on the under. Projection on the under as well. Duncan Robinson under 3.5 assists. He's hit this in 69%, averaging 2.45 assists. So love these spots today, man. We have a lot of places to go, man. And again, if you're not a Props Made Easy member, you're missing out on a crazy amount of value. Crazy amount of value throughout the day, man, because some amazing plays pop in through the day. So PropsMadeEasy.com, only $20 a month if you haven't joined up yet. You need to utilize these and hit more than you ever have before. Appreciate y'all as always, man. Let's have an amazing week, and I'm out. Peace.